Osborn from the Osborn experience. What he is he's a hypnotist. So we've got Eric Stone in here, and we're going to hypnotize him. But before we do that, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
Well, thank you. I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me.
We met out at the Pink Power Party that we had at 319 Motors. We were raising money for cancer research. How did you get involved with that event?
Actually, my Uncle Charlie is one of the managers at 319 Motors, and when they were looking for entertainment, he said, hey, look, we're going to have a stage, we're going to have, this big event.
Yeah.
And,
it was a great cause, too.
Yeah,
I raised thousands of dollars for breast cancer research.
That's what it was. Yeah, Prentice and the gang up there, hats off to those guys. They're great sponsors of this radio station and do a lot of great things. So talk about hypnotism. Somebody asked me up front, is this for real? Is Eric going to get hypnotized for real? So first of all, talk about some of the myths with hypnotism and how it all works, because I'm kind of curious myself.
Well, I think a lot of people actually fear hypnosis, which they shouldn't, because everybody is hypnotized at least twice a day. Every single person on the planet is hypnotized at least twice a day. It's actually the theta brainwave state, which is one of the brainwave states you go through when you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning. So a lot of people don't think they can be hypnotized, but if you can go to sleep, you can be hypnotized. So it's not something that I do to you. Right. It's something that I bring out of you, right? Because your body already knows what it is.
Sure.
So my job is to say the right words in the right order and do the right things to keep you in that theta brainwave state. Because, another common fear is that people are going to get stuck in hypnosis, right? They're going to come up on stage and they're just going to get stuck there.
So Eric said to me, he goes, is this going to goof me up for the rest of the day?
No.
I said, no, you're going to be fine. It's not like alcohol.
No. In fact, he's going to have a ton of energy when we're done here. An hour of hypnosis equal to roughly 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
Is there any way you can make him normal after this whole we want him to be a little more normal.
You mean normal like you, Jaymz?
There are some things that are beyond my power.
Yeah,
sorry.
exactly. All right,
Yeah.
So Eric, is he under some kind of a trance right now?
Yeah, Eric is hypnotized. I actually did a little bit of work with him before we came on the air this morning. So he is hypnotized. So, all I have to do is give him a keyword, and his head will go forward and we'll go right back into hypnosis, right?
Exactly.
And it's very relaxing. I've been hypnotized before. I used to stop smoking.
Yeah.
And I also lost weight with it. Now, I have to admit, I put on a few extra pounds because of the holidays, So and we just recently had the Mark Patrick seminars through town, and they help people stop smoking, weight loss. It is very beneficial because it kind of helps align your subconscious with your conscious mind and your desires to do better things.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about hypnosis is there's no pills, there's no drugs, it's all the power of your mind. And I tell people that, when they come up on stage, what you're seeing here is not voodoo, it's not magic.
Right.
It is simply the power of your own subconscious.
But one person has asked me before, can that make me do something that I wouldn't regularly do?
Right.
Could you hypnotize somebody to go murder someone or something like that?
Well, no. Okay, you're not going to violate any ethical or moral boundaries. If you came up on my stage and I said, go rob a bank, unless you were a secret bank robber, okay, you would not go rob a bank.
Have you ever seen somebody do something a little crazy, though, when they're under the hypnotic trance? Like, say, maybe something that just kind of was a little strange.
You mean cluck like a chicken or something like
No,
that?
no, what I'm saying is, have you ever seen somebody's real side come out that's just a little weird?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I did a fundraiser for one of the students in Lisbon who was going to the Down Under Bowl, which is like a football camp in Australia. And his mom told me he's the shyest, most reserved kid. And he wasn't even going to volunteer for his own show, his own fundraiser. And all of his friends, they talked him into it. And he was absolutely the rock star of that
Really?
show. I mean, outgoing and fun and animated. And afterwards, his mom came up to me and said, I've never seen him like that before.
Wow.
Like, he's just so quiet, he's so respectful, he's so reserved, and he was up and dancing and singing and doing all the stuff in the show, and it was great.
Now, what if, say, I had a crush on either your assistant or Danielle for equal opportunities here, and you put me under hypnosis? Could I just blurt that out, that I'm in love with Danielle?
It's
Could
not
that happen
truth
to me?
serum. It's not truth serum so much, although you do find a...
But if I have that in my thoughts, I might say it, right?
You
I would normally say it.
You might, but you're still under some level of control.
Okay.
For example, you wouldn't take your clothes off in the middle of a show, right? That's just well, maybe you would, Jaymz.
I'm not sure.
I haven't actually had you in my show yet,
Right,
but
yeah, exactly.
we'll get you there at some point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. All right, before we funny. It wouldn't be funny at all. No one wants to see it. Nobody wants to. All right, so let's talk to Eric real quick before we take a break. Do you want to?
Yep, I'm going to pivot the mic over to Eric.
Yeah. You want? What do you need? Do you need to go over there?
So yeah, I'll just walk over
You
here.
go over there. That's fine. That's fine. You do what you got to do here. This is Eric Stone.
All right, Eric. I want you to take a nice deep breath in and sleep deep, resting and relaxing. That's right. Always in control, always feeling good. Now, Eric, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and ask you to open your eyes. When you open your eyes, each and every time anyone with a microphone in front of them in this room says the words KRNA, each and every time someone says KRNA, you don't think that's complete. You think the A should be like the Fonz. So whenever anybody says KRNA, you're going to finish at KRNA. Nod your head if you understand. And accept the suggestion. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Eyes open. Great. Always feeling good.
The
Perfect.
thing I like most about the Olympics, Mike, is just all the different sports. Eric, what's your favorite sport of the Olympics?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Yes.
You know, here on KRNA.
Hey.
No.
They won the gold last night, the
did,
women.
Yeah, but the thing about 94.1 KRNA.
Hey.
Well, we really like this radio station because what I like is the music because that's what we have. KRNA
Hey.
has
We're
the
like
best-
the gold medal champions.
we're like the gold medal champions.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Eric, could you, what station do you work for again?
KRNA.
There we go. That's what I
Yeah, he sure does.
I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
And he likes the Olympics. And I told him to wear this shirt today, and he's wearing, what's the shirt say there?
It says 94.1 KRNA.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to take a quick commercial break. Is there anything else you want to talk to Eric before we get out of here, or do we want to wait till we come back?
You know what? We'll set some stuff up for when we come back.
We sure will. All right, you're listening to exclusive coverage of the Osborn experience right here on the mighty 94.1 KRNA.
Hey.
Great job, everybody.
That's very cool. That's very cool. How long have you been doing hypnosis?
So I've been a hypnotist for about 10 years.
Okay.
I've been doing this show for 5.
Okay.
You know, initially I thought I was going to be a clinical hypnotist,
Yeah.
and I was going to do smoking and weight, and I still do some of that in the off season, you know. But then 1 year for my birthday, I went to Vegas and I saw Mark Savard,
Oh, sure.
and I called Ian and I'm like, oh my God. He's like, we should do a show. Ian's my best friend. We've been best friends for over 20 years. And,
I'm not in love with either of them, by the way.
That's all right.
that's, well,
That was
seems
good
like a-
conversational.
Ian seems like a real nice guy.
I can fall in love with both of you. So we put this show together, and we've actually been full time with it for 3 years out of the
Okay.
last 5.
Very cool.
And ironically enough, it's interesting that we're here because next weekend, March 3rd, is our 5th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And we're actually hosting a show in Lisbon.
Oh yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw, it was an ad that I think came through.
Yeah.
I saw. Coincidentally.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
just providential that you called and said,
Yeah, right,
come
yeah.
on the radio because
Yeah,
in 2
yeah.
weeks we're having.
It's classic rock that rocks, the mighty 94.1 KRNA. Jaymz Larson with you. I got Corey Osborn from the Osborn Experience. Eric Stone, who's hypnotized right now. Eric, do you feel any different being hypnotized?
Feels good, man.
Does it feel good? Wow.
does.
I'd like to get hypnotized after the show. Some people say when they're watching this show, they're hypnotized. Listening to our show, they're hypnotized. So, Corey, why don't you give Eric some more instructions here as we continue? Do you want Eric to wear the headphones, maybe? Would that help? Would that help you? That would probably help you, wouldn't it?
That'd be great.
And sorry, Mike, I don't mean
No,
to
it's all
give up
right.
your headphones like that. So, all right, Corey Osborn from the Osborn Experience.
All right, Eric, take a look right over here. Good, nice deep breath in and sleep deep, resting and relaxing. Eric, you're going to find that when you open your eyes that Jaymz and I are going to have a conversation, but you realize that Jaymz is swearing over the air, which is a big FCC no-no. So it's your job to censor him. Unfortunately, you can't use the button, so you're going to have to beep yourself. You're going to have to be the beep as Jaymz and I have a conversation. On the count of 3, eyes open. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. Great.
All right, Corey, so today is National Margarita Day. And nothing says fiesta time like a sad, cold weekday in late February. 76, Eric, enough. 76% of Americans like margaritas, and that includes 1/3 of us who love them.
Beep.
Oh, man, he keeps beeping me for... Why? No more
You're
with the
swearing
beeps.
on the air, Jaymz. That's not allowed.
Listen, it's my radio show. Let me do what I want to do.
And Eric, sleep deep, rest and relax right there. Eric, on the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes and you're going to realize that we just got a request in on the request line. Unfortunately, neither Jaymz or I can remember the song title. You can't either, unfortunately. So when Jaymz asks you if you remember what song was requested, you're just going to go ahead and sing us maybe some Hall & Oates. On the count of 3, eyes open. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. There we go.
It's 94.1 KRNA. We're online at krna.com. We got a request, but I don't know the name of the song. Do you know the name of it, Court?
You know what? I can't remember. I'm sorry. They called in, but I can't remember. I heard it on the...
Okay, Eric, do you know?
Private eyes, they're watching you.
That's what it is. It was
Oh, that's
Daryl Hall
great.
and John Oates, Private Eyes. You're exactly right. Thank you, Eric. I sure appreciate that.
Eric, sleep, rest, and relax. Eric, on the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to realize it's time for the weather. Unfortunately, the normal weather report is handled by someone else, so you're going to have to give us an off-the-wall weather report. Maybe it's raining cats and dogs or spaghetti sauces raining down the windows. I don't know, but when you open your eyes, James asked you for the weather. You're going to give us an absolutely off-the-wall weather report. 1, 2, 3, eyes open.
Time for the KRNA weather report. Now we send it over to Eric Stone. Stoney!
It's rainy, dreary, overcast, dark. It's going to be freezing meatballs in the morning. It's
Whoa,
just
whoa.
going to be
Freezing what?
meatballs.
No, I can't. We can't have freezing meatballs in the morning. What, we're not, this isn't Italy, bro. We're in Iowa here, so give me the weather. I'll let you do it again in 3. Go ahead, just give me the weather.
Raining cats and dogs, partly spaghetti.
Okay.
Okay, and Eric, sleep, rest, and relax.
Can you make him bark like a dog? I want him to bark like a dog.
You want him to bark like a dog?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Eric, on the count of 3, when you open your eyes, each and every time that James says 94.1 or 94.1, any variation of that phrase, you're just going to bark like a dog. Your favorite dog. Maybe it's a big dog, a small dog, I don't know. But whenever James says 94.1 or 94.1, any variation of that phrase, you're going to bark like your favorite dog. Ready? 1, 2, 3, eyes open. Whew.
Got a big rock concert coming up. Styx and REO Speedwagon. It's all presented by 94.1 Enough of that, please. Styx and REO Tax Slayer Center. The show is March 17th. It's all brought to you by 94.1. Now I have a dog in the studio? Why in the hell do I have a dog? Anyway, it's 94.1 KRNA welcomes the Styx and REO Speedwagon to the...
And Eric, sleep.
Oh, what's one more thing we can do with this?
How we doing? Eric, on the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes, and each and every word that I say is going to be absolutely the most hilarious thing that you've ever heard. In fact, the longer that I talk, the longer that James and I talk, the funnier and funnier it's going to be. It does not matter what comes out of my mouth. It's going to be absolutely the funniest thing you have ever heard in your life. You're just going to laugh and laugh. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. So, James, I got to tell you about my morning. Okay. This has
Eric, stop
been
laughing.
probably one of the worst mornings I've ever had. First of all,
Eric, enough, please.
I walked out into the driveway. There was one little patch of ice. I slipped on it, man. I screwed up my
Listen,
hip.
I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you. Please, he's laughing. It's not very professional. It's not professional at all, actually. Anyway, as you were
I'll
saying.
tell you what, then after that, some lady almost hit me. I almost got killed on the way to the studio. Some lady almost T-boned me at the intersection. I was so scared. And Eric, sleep, rest and relax right there.
Okay, so this has been really fun. We gotta do one more. What's Mike? Any ideas? Is there something? Could we get something out of him? Is there a way to get something out of him? Could he? Maybe what he really thinks of me. I mean, is there a way to really? How about this? Can you have him give me a bad rap? Is that possible for him to, say like maybe I'm like the worst guy in the world?
So Eric, on the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes. I'm going to ask you what you think of James. And you are just going to rail him. He's just the worst person in the entire world. You've got to tell us the truth about James. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. Great. So Eric, I'm curious, having been my hypnotic subject and being in the studio here, you work with James, right? What do you think of the guy?
James, I hate him. He's a loser. He's a jerk. He picks on me every
Eric,
day.
sleep,
he makes me buy him lunch.
rest and relax. Sleep, rest and relax. There we go, right there.
He probably wasn't faking a whole lot.
I don't-
The other day I put a kick me sign on his back. And we put it on Snapchat, a kick me sign on the back of it. All right, one last bit, and then we'll let you get out of here. But let's do one more. We got to do something big as the finale.
Okay.
Monkey, maybe.
Okay. Eric, on the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes. When you open your eyes, you're going to realize that you are an orangutan in a tree. You're going to jump down, and you've got to look for bananas around the studio. So you're going to jump down, you're going to take your headphones off, you're going to walk around the studio as an orangutan would, looking for bananas. And the last place you look on the studio table is going to be your prize. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Eyes open right there. Perfect.
It's 94.1 KRNA. Well, Eric, it's KRNA. We're online at krna.com. He's walking around the studio here. What's going on? What are you looking for, Eric? Eric, what are you... Oh, he found him. He found. Can you put him down one more time? You sit down here, Eric.
Go ahead. Hop back up in the chair there.
Sit down, and we're almost done with the bid here. So go ahead. And
Good, Eric. Nice deep breath in, sitting in perfect balance, and sleep. Rest and relax right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is there any way you can make it look like, think that he doesn't have any clothes on, and this will be the last one?
Eric, when you open up your eyes, you're going to realize something very odd has happened to you. When you open up your eyes, you're going to realize that you forgot to clothe yourself before you came to work this morning. You're going to look down, and boy, you are naked as the day you were born. Now, You may not be embarrassed about it. In fact, you might want to show off to some of the people in the room. But on the count of 3, boy, those clothes are gone. 1, 2, 3, eyes open right there.
Whoa! Oh my good God! Oh my gosh, Eric! Eric, what the hell's going on?
Eric, don't go out there. That's where we keep the alligators. Perfect.
Oh, there's alligators out there.
And on the count of 3,
Oh
you're
my
very,
God.
very proud of it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bah, nice and proud.
Oh,
There we
whoa,
go.
bro!
Yeah.
Come on, man! Do it,
Man, we
do
should
it!
have queued the Rocky theme up for this.
Yeah, we really should have. Man, you're really proud.
Right, Eric?
Wow, look at this guy.
Hop back up
Oh
in that chair.
Oh, Eric, sit down,
Hop
please.
right back
please.
up in that chair, buddy.
There is such a thing as bad naked.
Yeah. Good, Eric. And sleep right there. Rest and relax.
All right, well, how do you bring him out of this trance now? Actually, can we keep him like this for the rest of the day? This would be kind of fun, actually.
I don't know if that's covered under my liability insurance, but
All right, so how is he going to feel when he wakes up? I've always told this is like the best feeling in the world because you feel really relieved and you're not relieved, but really relaxed and you just feel awesome.
yeah. So an hour of hypnosis is equal to roughly 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So he's going to have energy all day. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be like he drank 5 cups of coffee. The relaxation is great too. So any stress or tension he was carrying around this morning is just going to be gone. So on the count of 3, Eric, you're going to awaken. All of the suggestions we gave you on the air this morning will be gone. You're going to be full of energy, feeling wonderful. 1, 2, eyes open, and 3, wide awake. Feeling wide awake. There we go.
All right, Eric, how do you feel, bro?
Feels great.
Do you remember
Awesome.
anything that happened? Do you remember it?
Sure do.
You sure? How did it feel for you to be naked in the studio? I mean, you were naked. We have it on videotape.
Well, I look good, don't I?
Yeah, well, apparently. Yeah, you do. Hey, before we get out of here, I want to thank Corey and the Osborn Experience. You guys, give your company a plug and talk about your 5-year anniversary that's coming up.
Yeah, well, and I want to thank you guys for having us. So, the Osborn Experience, we travel all over the country. We do schools, colleges, casinos. We do motivational seminars and comedy hypnosis shows. We'd really love to talk to you about hosting an event if you are interested in this sort of entertainment. Our 5-year anniversary of the Osborn Experience is actually coming up next weekend. March 3rd is our 5-year anniversary. We're having a big party in Lisbon. We're having a show, a buffet, free champagne. Tickets are available at osbornexperience.com or on our Facebook page. We'd really love for you guys to come out and celebrate our 5-year anniversary with
I'm
us.
going to be there. Mike, I'm going to bring you along with me and maybe Eric too, as long as he keeps his clothes on, that's for sure. Give a shout out to your assistant over here, your good friend for many years.
Yeah, my best friend of 20 years, also my production engineer. He makes me look good and sound good. Ian Austin is a wonderful part of the show, and I couldn't do what I do without him. So thanks for being here this morning, Ian.
Very cool. It's the Osborn Experience. Look them up on Facebook, Twitter, Google. They're all over the place. And check them out. I could sit in here all day with you and with Eric Hypnotized. This was a lot of fun. I know our listeners really enjoyed it, and we're going to have more of this on our social media pages, so look for that. But right now, we got to play a song, a little Queen by request. This is going out to Anthony. Anthony's over on the southwest side of Cedar Rapids. Crank it up. All right, it's 94.1 KRNA, and we still got the guys in the studio. Want to thank them again. Eric, you can put your headphones on, and Court. And I got to give a shout out to our building maintenance guy. His name is Brian. What's your last name, Brian?
Schultz.
Brian Schultz.
Brian Schultz,
He heard
yes.
me asking for food, and I don't do that. I've never done this. I asked Brian Sainz to bring us in some Casey's hash browns,
Yeah.
and we have them now, thanks to Brian, okay, from the building. So I appreciate that. I'm hungry. We're going to eat these
The
right after.
hypnotist turned Eric into an orangutan and you into a mooch.
I know, right? I feel terrible. Then he comes, I heard your cry for help. It's like, okay. I singled out one guy, but I'm glad I did it now, because now I've got
Brian.
breakfast.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
now
you,
I've got
Brian.
breakfast. So we thank you for everything you do here at Plaza 425. You know, one day we were ragging on him about the heat on the air, and management said, don't do that, because Brian's a good guy. So.
Yeah.
So
And he also
gave-
fixed it, yeah.
He did, he
It's
fixed
just
it.
vent work, yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Kind of maintenance stuff.
All right, Corey, so what's a typical day like for you as a hypnotist? Do you just leave here now and go hypnotize people like at the bank? You're giving me all of your money.
Well, you know, that'd be great if it worked, but it doesn't. I would be a lot
He's trying.
more wealthy than I am. Yeah, but I do try. No, actually, you know, on days when we're not on the road, it's a lot of the same stuff other people do. We do a lot of office work. We do a lot of prospecting. In fact, right now I'm trying to put together a tour of New Mexico, so I'm making calls to put that tour together down there.
I've been there. You don't want to go to New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, you do, man. Santa Fe's beautiful.
Oh, well, go ahead and take the Breaking Bad tour. And then when we're done with that, we'll sit in a hotel room for the next week. I mean,
I'm going to keep all my teeth, but
yeah,
thanks.
yeah,
exactly, exactly.
But then, you know, when we're out on the road, like the weekend previous, we had 3 shows. We had a show over at Checkers Tavern, and then the
Oh,
next
yeah,
day
yeah,
we
yeah,
did a show
PJ.
for Hy-Vee. And then the day after that, we had a show for an arts group in Central City, Nebraska. So we were hustling. I mean, we were on the road.
Could we call you Cedar Rapids' most famous hypnotist? Would that be stretching it, or would
He
that
is
be-
today.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, because, it's kind of, it gives our show a little street credibility.
Can you be our resident
People know
hypnotist?
I can be your resident
He's gonna be our
hypnotist,
resident
absolutely.
hypnotist. We got that now, that's
All
good.
right.
Do celebrities ever come to you, celebrities or people of power or politicians or people like that? Do they come to you for maybe public speaking or can you help them with things like
Oh,
that?
yeah, absolutely. Hypnosis is very useful to change those sorts of behavior patterns because you're just dealing with your mind. A lot of people that have anxiety will tell you that the drugs just make them feel like
Right.
flat. And with hypnosis, you're actually changing those behaviors in your subconscious using only your mind. So, for example, anxiety. I may give them a positive suggestion about the situation. If you're in a public speaking arena, it may be as soon as you walk up to the podium, the look and feel of the podium makes you feel calm.
Right, yeah.
And looking out at the audience makes you feel excited
And accepted, those kind
Right.
of things,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Right, so
I
it's
can see that.
situational. Yeah.
So, and it's also very calming, because I noticed that there's always been a suggestion to take deep breaths. What is it about the deep breathing that helps people?
Deep breaths are actually, it's just a way to regulate your body.
Okay.
Right.
Slows down your heart rate.
It slows down your heart rate. It gets you focusing inward instead of outward.
When do I take the deep breath though? Because I have to exhale. So I talk a lot. I can't be breathing in and out the entire time.
Well, I could quote some Tenacious D here and talk about
I wish you would.
inward singing.
Now, I can tell you this much, that we are not allowed by the FCC to actually hypnotize people fully on the air.
Right.
Because in fact, if somebody were driving and participating vicariously, meaning kind of playing along, they could literally be hypnotized on the road and steer off.
Right,
So-
and there are a subset of the population which we call super somnambulists, which means once they start a hypnosis process, they can't resist it.
Oh,
So
okay.
they will go down into hypnosis and they will go quickly. And so, yeah,
Have you ever heard of the phrase highway hypnosis? That happens to people when they're driving a long stretch, Iowa, or even worse, Nebraska, where it's just straight, long, and
oh,
boring.
yeah, it happens to me. And the thing is, people are hypnotized 100 times a day and they don't even realize it. Highway hypnosis is one of the most common examples. But, these things, the cell phones, how many times have you been on your cell phone and you've been on Facebook or, Twitter or whatever, and somebody comes up and tries to start a conversation with you, and you don't even realize they're there for 10 or 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
That's a trance state. That's hypnosis. Now, I didn't hypnotize you, but you are put in trance by your device.
Happened to me yesterday, and I know when I'm being hypnotized, but you don't break it because it feels good. Yesterday I was on my couch and I kind of glanced up at the TV. I was looking at something very important on my phone and I was hypnotized. But I knew I was hypnotized, but I didn't want to look down because it was very relaxing.
Right.
I just
Beautiful.
zoned out. Well, it
He
wasn't
was
that,
watching
yeah.
the skater do the back
Yeah.
in black.
But seriously, where it
Wow!
happens to me, not so much driving, but it'll happen when I'm working too, where all of a sudden you're working down here, but your eyes, and you get hypnotized, and it feels so good, you don't want to look away.
Yeah.
It could be a beautiful girl down there, but I'm hypnotized over here at nothing.
That's when
And
I'm
it
giving
feels-
you instruction.
I know. Mike's like, so we got to do this on the morning show, and I'm just over here in a cloud.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is that in the modern day and age, when there's 100 different things asking for our attention all the time, focus feels good.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we have to take a break is I got to eat some hash browns. So thank you again, the Osborn Experience. Check them out online, Facebook, Twitter, the Instagram. There's too much social media these days. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say. There's just way too much. Let's get back to rabbit ears and the newspaper.
Or
And the
MySpace.
radio.
Yeah, MySpace. Yeah, where's MySpace? Corey Osborn, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks for
Corey.
having us.
Ian, thank you too.
Yeah, we'll be right back after these words.